it's Ano. Welcome back to another video. The Pokemon Company just had their latest Pokemon Presents presentation, and I'm here to do a recap of all the information that was presented and to give some of my thoughts and opinions about them. Let's begin with the smaller announcements. The Pokemon World Championships is going to be held again this year after being absent for the past 2 years due to the pandemic. It's going to be in London this year, and it's going to be from August 18 to August 21. As per usual, they're going to have the Video Game Championships, the Trading Card Championships, and the Pokken Tournament. They're also going to add 2 new championships, one for Pokemon Go and one for Pokemon Unite. Moving on to the Pokemon Go news. The yearly Go Fests have already been happening for the past few weeks and in different parts of the world. But for the upcoming weekend, they're gonna have it in Sapporo, Japan. The Go Fest finale will happen on August 27th, and it's gonna feature Shaman as the featured Pokemon. They've also recently added the Daily Incense feature. It's an incense that can be used for 15 minutes per day, and you can actually encounter Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres using this. Moving on to Pokemon Unite. They're gonna add a new quick mode battle called Pika Party. As the name implies, everything in the mode is gonna be a Pikachu. You're gonna be a Pikachu, the enemies are gonna be Pikachu, and the mobs are gonna be Pikachu. It's a Pika Party. What else can I say? As for new playable Pokemon, they've already added Glaceon and Buzzwole to the game, with Tyranitar coming up next. They're also planning to add 3 more Pokemon on September. Alongside the new playable Pokemon are of course new skins for existing Pokemon. Let's go over to Pokemon Masters EX. It's already gonna be the 3rd anniversary for this game this year, and they've teased Ash vs Red in this presentation, which is, I gotta say, pretty exciting because you don't really see the anime and games interact that much, so I'm excited to see where that goes. They've also teased a new feature called Trainer Lodge, which seems to be some kind of housing system, and some playable characters will also be able to visit you from time to time. In the teaser, they've shown N, Rosa, and Professor Sycamore, with 6 other characters being able to do the same, but yeah, we'll see who those characters are. Lastly, for the side games, it's gonna be Pokemon Cafe Remix. The only event that they showed really is that Mewtwo is gonna come back, so there's that, and he's gonna be recruitable. We can finally go to the meat of this video, which is all about the new information for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. First off, the name of the region has finally been revealed. It's called Paldea. I gotta say, I really like how the Paldea region looks. It looks very diverse with so many kinds of biomes all around. And that center area is very mysterious. It seems like it's cloudy and there's like a hole in the middle. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tackled in one of the main stories of the game, so we'll see how that goes. And based on all of the trailer footage, it seems like the region is pretty big, especially with the new feature that we're gonna talk about next. The legendary Pokemon for these games, Koraidon and Miraidon, are actually going to be rideable Pokemon. To everyone who said that they looked like motorcycles, there's your answer, because they are motorcycles. They definitely got this from Legends Arceus, where there are several rideable Pokemon, but for Scarlet and Violet, they just fused all of those features into one Pokemon. Both of the legendary Pokemon have 3 modes for transportation. The first one is their sprinting or drive mode, which they look the most like motorcycles. The second one is their swimming or aquatic mode, used to travel bodies of water. And their last mode is their gliding mode for air travel. That being said, I wonder how early we're gonna be able to get the legendary Pokemon, because it seems like their exploration modes are pretty vital in exploring the region, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. They've also given us more details about what the story will be like. Apparently, there's gonna be 3 main story points for this game. It's not gonna be like the typical mainline Pokemon game where it's just beat the 8 gyms, and then the Elite Four, and then the Pokemon League, and then the champion. We actually do have a choice of which story we can go after. If you want to go the classic route, then go ahead. but there's actually going to be 2 other ones. They didn't give the details for the other ones, but I'm pretty sure at least one of them will deal with the lore of the legendary Pokemon. And the third one will probably be about the evil organization or team in the region, if there is one. Either way, it's a pretty exciting change to see, since it seems like they're really doing their best to innovate this game. So pretty exciting stuff. That being said, I wonder why they call it Treasure Hunt. The Treasure Hunt is the main reason why the player characters are being sent out into the world this time. So I'm wondering if we're supposed to find a specific treasure during our adventure, or is it gonna be like the treasure in our adventure are the friends we made along the way type of deal. So we'll see how that goes. As expected, we are gonna be students for an academy. And the academy you go to depends on the version that you play. If you're playing Scarlet, you're gonna be in the Naranja Academy. And if you're playing Violet, you're gonna be in the Uva Academy. They've also revealed new characters that we're gonna meet in our journeys. First up is Clavel. He's supposed to be the director of the academy that we go to. And like the player characters, he has 2 different versions for his outfit. One for Scarlet and one for Violet. The next character is Jock. He's supposed to be the homeroom teacher of our class, and apparently he teaches biology as well. Next up is Arven. He's supposed to be an upperclassman in the academy, and he's supposed to be a great cook as well. The next one is Penny. She's supposed to be a schoolmate that's very shy, and supposedly she doesn't go to the academy all that often, so that's probably a mystery tied to her character. And finally, they revealed one of the gym leaders for the region, the Ice-type gym leader, Grusha. They've actually shown other unique character designs, but unfortunately they didn't really share their names yet, so yeah, but let me just say, I'm digging that goth looking girl. Moving on to the new Pokemon revealed in this presentation. First off is Paldean Wooper. And what else can I say? It's a Wooper, so pretty cute. It's supposed to be a poison ground type, and the abilities are actually pretty cool, particularly water absorb. That basically means it's pretty much immune to water type moves, so that's pretty cool. It also has poison point as for the other ability. Next up is one of my favorites for this gen so far. It's Fido. It's literally a dog that's bred. Peak design. It's supposed to be a fairy type, so Swirlix and Slurpuff have their friend already. The last new Pokemon revealed is called Titan. It's a pure ice type, and it has the abilities Thick Fat and a new one called Slush Rush. It looks pretty cool. It's basically a whale with horns, so they've also shown the new battle gimmick for this generation. It's called Terastal Phenomenon. Just like Dynamaxing, Terastal Phenomenon is exclusive to the Paldea region. Appearance-wise, the Pokemon changes into a crystalline form, and they also gain what's called a Tera Jewel on their head, which is basically like a headpiece or like a hat they wear during this phenomenon. Mechanics-wise, it's basically giving each Pokemon an alternate typing. So it's kind of like Delta Species in the card game, if you're familiar with that. Based on the trailer, it seems like a Tera type isn't species-wide, meaning a certain Pokemon of each species can have a different Tera type, because they did mention in the trailer that we could hunt for certain Pokemon that have special Tera types. Just to give a specific example, they did mention that for some Eevee, they will just have a normal Tera type, but some other Eevee can have a fire type Tera type, a flying Tera type, stuff like that. Other mechanics include, you can only terastalize a Pokemon once per battle, and the transformation will last until the battle ends. So with that regard, it's kind of like Mega Evolution. And when a terastalized Pokemon uses a move that matches its Tera type, or at least one of the original types of that Pokemon, the boost to that move's power will be even greater, which implies that it has a different attack modifier than Stab. So maybe it's like an even bigger modifier compared to Stab, so that's actually pretty interesting. Just like the past gimmicks, we do need a certain item to do this Terastal Phenomenon. And for this one, we need a Tera Orb. I'm assuming we're gonna get one as we go along our adventure. It's actually cool because it seems like we need to recharge it from time to time, meaning we can't just terastalize a Pokemon every single battle. There's actually a mechanic where we have to go find shining crystals around the region in order to recharge it. So I guess that's one way to balance it. All in all, I'm pretty interested in how this new mechanic will affect the battles, especially the competitive scene. It seems like it's the culmination of all the other gimmicks that we've had in the past generation, so pretty exciting. In line with the new mechanic, they've shown that the raid battles are back, now being called Tera raid battles. I'm actually pretty happy that they brought back the raid battles because this is actually a unique mode where players can actually do co-op with each other instead of just battling. And it's an interesting way to have event battles where, let's say they want to give out a special Pokemon with like a special Tera type, for example. It's an interesting way to do that instead of just giving them to players through the mystery gift system. So yeah, overall pretty happy with the raid battles, especially since they did change the flow of battle. They mentioned that unlike Sword and Shield, where we have to see all of the players' turns before we can take our turn, they actually changed it into like more of an active time battle system, wherein we don't have to wait for the other players' turns for us to do our next turn. So that's a pretty good quality of life improvement, I would say. The release date for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is on November 18. That's 3 months away from this recording. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this game. And they are going to be giving an early purchase bonus. It's going to be a special Pikachu with the Tera type being flying. So yeah, that's everything. Overall, my hype levels for Scarlet and Violet have significantly increased, especially seeing the amount of quality of life improvements that they're doing for this game. It seems like they've learned their lesson from Legends Arceus. Like, they use that game as a stepping stone to further innovate the Pokemon system. So yeah, overall, as a Pokemon fan, as a longtime Pokemon fan, I'm pretty excited to see where Scarlet and Violet will lead us to. What do you think? Are you like me and very much hyped for the next Pokemon games? Or are you still on the fence about it? Whichever way you feel, comment below, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.